Welcome to Chibuzor Math Physics. I will be taking you through augmented matrix. And when we talk about augmented matrix, basically we are talking about a matrix that is obtained by adjoining a row or column vector. Sometimes another matrix with the same vertical dimension. So the most common use of an augmented matrix is the application of Gaussian elimination to solve a matrix equation of that form. So today I will be taking you through what is an augmented matrix. If you are joining for the first time, you can watch the previous video where I have used Gaussian elimination to solve a system of equation. So when you hear something like augmented, what basically is that? So augmented matrix, you will be given an equation in this form. The question says in each part find the augmented matrix for the linear system. Now we have three linear systems. The first one we have equation 1, 2, and 3. Notice that we have x1, x2, x1, x2. But in the second one we have x1, x2, and x3. So we are to find the augmented matrix of this form. So let us jump into it and see what to do. Usually when you are asked to find augmented matrix, in augmented matrix is usually formed by the coefficient of variables and constant. Observe in our equation we have 3x1 minus 2x1. This is the coefficient variables, and this on my right hand side is the constant. So you have the constant and you have the coefficient, the variables like 3, -2, 4, 5, 7, and 3. They are the coefficient of variables, and -3, -1, 3, and 2 are the constant. So what you just need to do is to put them in matrix form. So you will have 3, -2 is equals to what? -1. And we have 4, 5 and 3, 7, 3, and 2. And this is the augmented matrix of this system of equation. Let us look at the second one. In this second equation, the second question, you can observe that we have 2x1, but we don't have x2. We only have 2x3. So we have x1 and x3, no x2. So what are you going to do? You are going to assume that x2 is 0 because there is no x2. So you cannot cross what is not there. So it is equal to 0. So just put 0 in your augmented matrix so that we have 2, 0, 2, and 1. We have 3, -1, 4, and 7. 6, then we have 1, -1, and 0. And this is your augmented matrix. Let's consider the final one. Here you have to be very keen. You see here we have x1 in the first equation. We don't have x2, we don't have x3. In the second equation, we don't have x1, but we have x2, no x3. In the third equation, we don't have both x1 and x2. We have only x3 and the constant. So what are you going to do? Assume all those ones that are not there are zeros. So you use zeros to form your augmented matrix so that we have 1, 0, 0, 1, because 0 in x2 and 0 in x3. And then we have our constant, which is equals to 1. We also have 0 as x1 in the equation 2. We have 1 as given in equation 2. And then we don't have anything in x3, which means it is 0. And that will give us also 2 as a constant. So the final one will have 0, 0, 1, and 3. And this is your augmented matrix. Sounds so simple, isn't it? It is, but imagine you found this in exam and you don't know what is augmented matrix, and this is maybe 5 or 10 marks. Wow. So it is good to pay attention, go step by step. Now to know how to use this augmented matrix and solve Gaussian elimination, watch the first part of this video and you will enjoy it. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe. Thank you for watching.